We want Reno to be the way that it used to be. Blaming Californians for driving up the home prices, cost of living being more expensive for longtime residents. If you're going to come here and you're leaving because of the politics there, just don't bring those politics with you. So why are so many Californians moving to Nevada? To me, it's because much of the charm and the positives of living in California are fading more and more each day, and the lure to places like Nevada are stronger than ever. With skyrocketing costs, political unrest, overpopulation, and increasing wildfires, many Californians are seeking a fresh start across the state line. But why is the exodus happening now more than ever before? It's more than just economics, and today we will uncover many of the compelling reasons why so many are making the move to Nevada. So stay tuned, because understanding this migration could change how you view your future for those of you already here and for those of you still yet to come. So let's dive in. So if you're thinking about moving to Reno, or you're just enjoying hearing content about Northern Nevada, by all means, please like and subscribe to the channel. We put content out every week to help you know everything you need to about Northern Nevada. So why are so many Californians moving to Nevada? By the way, it's not because I'm making these videos talking about how amazing Reno and Northern Nevada are, even though I get so many great comments from you about exactly that, and I wish I had that kind of influence, but I don't. But the comments keep them coming because they're hilarious to me. So from the stats I pulled up, almost 160,000 people have moved to Nevada from California since 2020. So that's just in the last 4.5 years. And that's not just in Reno, it is also in Las Vegas and other parts of the state as well. So that's been a lot of people coming here in the last 4.5 years. So why are they coming? Well, the number one reason, we talk about this a lot on this channel, is affordable housing. Now, I know people who lived in Reno for a long time are, for lack of a better word, bitching and complaining about how much prices have gone up and how Californians all by themselves have driven up the prices here. And yes, that is one of the factors as to why housing prices have gone up. But if you're a 20 or 30 something year old person and you grew up and lived your whole life in Northern or Southern California, and an average price there is pushing upwards of $1 million, well, then obviously they think our house prices here are very affordable. And that leads right into that cheaper cost of living. Now, I know, again, we've done videos about cost of living and housing, but compared to people in California, they think we're a bargain, so that's part of why they keep coming, especially for those younger people that are coming here for jobs. People that are older, more retirement age, they're a little bit different, dynamic, because many of them might have bought a home 30, 40, 50 years ago in California. They bought for $300,000 or $400,000, and now it's worth $2 or $3 or $4 million. And that's a different group that are buying higher end homes, which has changed that, $1 million plus market, where when I first got into real estate, you didn't see a lot of homes for $1 million or more, and now you're seeing homes sell for $2 and $3 and $4 million all the time. That could be blamed more on California, but as far as the rest of it goes, we can blame it on them. It's one factor of many. Another reason why so many people from California come here, of course, is the favorable tax environment. And no, it's not just income taxes. Of course, income taxes in California and New York are two places where it's the most expensive, but there are so many other taxes. We brought our CPA on here a few episodes back. We were talking about other types of taxes. So if you're bringing a business here, or I know in California, they're talking about all these what we call wealthy taxes, so that you see people not just moving their primary residence out of California, but then they're also moving out their rental properties and any kind of real estate that they own there. I know my dad and my stepmom lived in Southern California for years in Manhattan Beach, and they own multiple real estate properties. And as of now, they own nothing in California. She actually moved to Arizona, and now everything in Arizona is where all the property and all the money went to. So job opportunities is another thing. And again, there's still plenty of job opportunities in California, but a lot of people I know, one of my son's best friends, same boat, is the job is still in California. They maybe go there once a quarter or once a month for a few days for work, but they're able to bring that salary with them to a place like Nevada or many other cities around. So job opportunities, less expenses, just cost of living and all that stuff is better here for many people, even though they have a job in California or they are bringing companies here from California. I know that's something I get in the comments a lot too, where they wish more people would come here and bring a business along with them, because the next thing we're going to talk about is quality of life and outdoor opportunities and the 4 seasons you get here. But obviously the weather in California is amazing. Beaches, oceans, professional sports, everything you could ever want is in California. It's just more crowded, more people, more headache to do these things. And so when you're talking about things like quality of life, it's always an individual choice, but having things like shorter commute times and less traffic. And again, as much as people here are complaining about how the spaghetti bowl is busier and how there's road construction all over the place and the infrastructure can't keep up with all the people that are moving here, it is still significantly better. For those of you that have driven to the Bay Area, whether you're going through Sacramento, San Francisco, San Jose, Santa Rosa, Napa, Sonoma, you catch those areas at certain times of day. You could be in your car commuting, an hour and a half to work one way, where in Reno, are there a few spots where if you're commuting in from the North Valleys or commuting in from the further areas of Sparks, that your commute times have gotten a little bit worse? Absolutely. Still nowhere close to what's going on in California. And another thing that's starting to happen too is We're getting people moving to Nevada that used to be Californians that maybe moved to other states, and now because they want to get back and close to family and friends and things like that, but they don't want to go all the way back to California, they'll move to somewhere like Reno or Las Vegas so they can be close, make that drive, again, 2 hours to Sacramento, 4 hours to the Bay, and they don't actually have to live in California. So if you're thinking about moving to Northern Nevada, please go down in the description, hit the link below where you can get our free buyer's guide. It'll get you on the path to getting things started to know what you need to know about moving to our area. So for locals and longtime residents and the comments and feedback that I've been getting through the videos and through people that have lived here for a long time, of course, blaming Californians for driving up the home prices, cost of living being more expensive for longtime residents, absolutely. But what people have to understand is this. When I first moved to Reno, the population of the country was probably 200 million people. And now we're pushing 350 million people, so they have to live somewhere. And obviously California with 40 million people, when we talk about all these surrounding states like we've talked about numerous times, it is affecting all the other western states. So it's not just a Nevada thing. I think here in Nevada, we've done a really good job, and in Reno and the Northern Nevada area, of growing smartly. And again, it is not perfect. It does not happen amazingly on every aspect. But one of the complaints that people give me all the time is that everything now takes longer. So if you want to get into a doctor's office, if you want to get your car fixed, the lead times, the amount of time that they need, how long you have to wait for these things is just taking longer and longer. And because of that, it's become more expensive. So some of my clients have joked with me, it's like, if someone's going to move here from California, have them move here with the business, bring some employees, and make available things that you can do. So obviously working on houses, whenever we need someone, whether it's an electrician, a plumber, a roofer, someone to put in new floors or landscaping, all of those things have become more expensive, longer lead times, and just more difficult to do. But I would say that's going to be the case in almost any city. I talk to realtors all around the country, but I would say the number one biggest complaint that locals will give you regarding people moving in from California is, and I am not going to get into deep with this with you guys, is politics. And of course, a lot of people are leaving California because of the politics in California. And all the people in Nevada that are saying here is, if you're going to come here and you're leaving because of the politics there, just don't bring those politics with you. So of course, we've been talking about things like increased traffic and overcrowding, and we've done many videos talking about traffic, but how they're fixing the infrastructure, how they're fixing the airport, all those things. So when you're talking about schools being more crowded, well, again, there's been tons of schools new built. There's been lots of old schools been redone, and we brought teachers on and talked about all these things. The one that drives me the most crazy, though, again, is always the one where people go, we want Reno to be the way that it used to be. I don't even know what that means about the way you want it to used to be. I know when I have conversations plenty of times with my former mother-in-law, who, by the way, when she was married and a young person, she's now, 80 years old, her husband had a company that developed land and build lots so that builders could then build homes. And it's funny how when it was to their benefit and it was happening 30 and 40 years ago, and they were bringing people to Reno when it was much smaller, they were okay with it. But now that they're older and they want Reno to stay small, they want the growth to stay where it is. And I always jokingly call them NIMBYs, not in my backyard. They just want things to stay the way they were. And we all know that is not going to be the case. Things are just not going to stay the way they are. For those of you that live here, or those of you that are thinking about moving here from California and coming to Reno, all that we ask is that you try to fit in with what we're doing here and come to Reno and Northern Nevada for the reasons that you wanted to, and forget about some of the reasons why you're leaving California and just saying, hey, I don't want to be here anymore, but don't bring those things with you. So with that being said, keep giving me the comments. We'll keep answering these crazy questions that we get sometimes about people's feelings about all these Californians coming here. And just know, I dealt with 3 people this week. All of them are moving to Nevada, and none of them were from California. And ideally, these videos are just getting the information they need so they can easily acclimate themselves into Northern Nevada in our area, and not just people coming from California that are going to frustrate the hell out of you. So if you're thinking about moving to Northern Nevada, specifically Reno, check out this next video about the raw and unfiltered version of all the things that you really want to know about living in Northern Nevada.